know, they abuse Muslims too. I mean, and this whole thing about when you get back down to the tsunami thing that happened there, you have to break.
Well, let's talk about the tsunami on the other side, and then I'd really like to get your take on what's happening in Sri Lanka that European caller, the UK caller, called about, because I'm not really aware of that situation there. We're going to come back to Leo, go to Paul, Armando, and more. It's 866-582-9933. It's the Infowarrior with Jason Bermas.
Step out of line, the man come and take you away. We better stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going. We better stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going. We better stop.
All right, folks, we are back. I'm going to go back to Leo in Massachusetts in just a moment. But I want to thank one of my great sponsors out there, My Solar Backup. It's mysolarbackup.com. We're talking 1,800 watts of power. In the case of an outage, you actually have your own little generator. It will still run. The number is 877-327-0365. That's 877-327-0365. If you're on the prisonplanet.tv, you're seeing how it works right now. Very simple. MySolarBackup.com is the website. And by the way, folks, we ran that little game earlier where we gave away an e-cigarette to one of our lucky contestants, if you will. I was kind of disappointed with all the answers. I mean, not a lot of correct answers, but you can get one of those, by the way, these lovely little e-cigarettes over at ecigaretteschoice.com. That's ecigaretteschoice.com. Now, Leo, you were just bringing up the tsunami?
Yeah. Remember one of the Eastern members of the Evil Empire was kicked out of there?
I don't quite remember. When was that? When was the tsunami now? Was it back in 2004? Is it that long ago? Or was it before then? Or no, after then?
It was after that. But this other little outpost of the Evil Empire trained both sides, the Sri Lankan army and the LTTE Tamils, at the same base at the same time.
You know what that sounds like? That sounds like the School of Americas here in the United States, where we're constantly, training third world dictators and their armies. You know, well, it seems like they want them to oppose each other and fight so they can have money for arms. Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. The Tamils are unfortunately very well organized worldwide, and that's why I'm kind of afraid to deal with them personally. And I was born here, and if you wonder what I look like, I'm the guy in the funny hat who was at the Oath Keepers thing. What's his name? Aaron took my picture.
Oh, okay. All right. I think I do know who you are. Hey, man, I gotta jump, but I thank you for the call. Let's jump to Paul in Endy. Is that Notre Dame? I'm not sure. If it is Notre Dame, I wonder if he's going to talk about this Catholic. Oh, North Dakota. It's not Notre Dame. You're on, Paul, but let me make this point about Notre Dame. We had a representative with Alan Keyes on. Probably, what was it, Friday's show on Alex? Last week, like a whole week ago, we had it. Alan Keyes got arrested for protesting abortion with other people. Well, they actually arrested one of their own Catholic priests at Notre Dame today for doing the same thing. So I thought that was of note and something we should talk about. Go ahead, Paul.
Wow. Hey, Jason, I love the show. I just got turned on to Alex, and you just, I don't know, probably about 5-6 months ago. And just something that's really crazy to me. I just noticed I'm in North Dakota, and today in Minnesota, a 13-year-old Minnesota teen is forced to go under chemotherapy for cancer.
Yes, and I have that story right here, my friend. Let me just read it, and I'm going to get your comments on it. This is out of the Associated Press. Judge rules family can't refuse chemo for boy. A Minnesota judge has ruled that a 13-year-old boy with a highly treatable form of cancer must seek conventional medical treatment over his parents' objections. In a 58-page ruling Friday, Brown County District Judge John Rodenberg found that Daniel Hauser has been medically neglected and is in need of child protection services. And what this does is it sets a precedent for the state to decide how we take care of ourselves medically, what we can and cannot ingest in our own bodies, and what treatments we can allow ourselves to undergo. This is very draconian indeed. Continue.
That's right, Jason. It's saying that a compelling state of interest in the life and welfare of Daniel is sufficient to override the fundamental constitutional rights of both the parents and Daniel, the free exercise of his religion. And I don't know. He might have terminal cancer. There are different alternative therapies, that they do in places like Mexico and different countries where they're allowed to do different things. However you feel on that, it's a constitutional thing, and I don't know.
Yeah, and they try to put out the propaganda that if he does this, he has a 90% chance of survival. They don't want to talk about the percentages of alternative medicines or the chances of what will happen if they don't do it. And this is one of those tough wedge issues. On the surface, it's like give the kid chemotherapy because everybody's brainwashed that radiation is the way to go to treat cancer. Thank God I've never had cancer. I don't know anybody who's had cancer, but at the same time, look who brought it into this country, IG Farben. I encourage people, if they don't know, what this cancer industry is really about, to go check out G. Edward Griffin's A World Without Cancer lecture from the 70s. It's very, very telling and very mind-opening. You got anything else for me, Paul?
Well, right on, Jason. Yeah, first-time caller. That's all I really wanted to say today, but thanks a lot for everything you do.
All right, thank you for calling, brother, and I hope you enjoy the show. Let's go to Amando in New York. Amando, you're on the air. Yes,
Hello?
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, this is Armando. I wanted to just mention a few things. First of all, in Queens, it seems the swine flu is starting up again. They just closed 3 schools in Queens because of swine flu, and they said a principal had to go to the hospital in critical condition, but it seems like he's making it out of it.
Okay.
In addition, they're going to stage
the drills this Sunday over at the World
drill
Trade Center?
in Manhattan.
Yeah, we covered that earlier in the show, but yeah, let's talk about that for a second. They're going to be drilling a massive exercise of basically subway stations blowing up beneath the Hudson River, and then an attack on the World Trade Center complex. And this is going to involve a ton of first responders and really going to be quite a commotion in the city. And the article that I read from Reuters starts talking about the flyover exercise of Air Force One. Well, this isn't supposed to be an exercise, if you remember. It wasn't supposed to be a drill. It was supposed to be a photo op. Yeah, but there was no photos. And through FOIA requests, we have not seen the photos that they took because they don't have any. So you got to wonder if this drill is not only preparing first responders to get ready for this type of attack again, or to acclimate the public to these kind of disasters and see what their reaction is. Because to me, that Air Force One thing was nothing but a psyop. And this could be another psychological operation because a lot of people, Armando, are not like you. They don't read the paper. They don't know that this drill is about to be happening. And a lot of people are going to think that this is a real-world emergency in Lower Manhattan.
It's crazy. In addition, I wanted to mention I have some flyers that I made up, and I was wondering if I could email those over to you so you could look at them, see if they're okay, that I could start handing out flyers.
Yeah, no, first of all, you're more than welcome to hand out flyers any way you look at it. It's a free country. But yeah, I'll take a look at them. Send them over to my MySpace, man. Give me a link. It's myspace.com/Jason Bermas, or go to my Facebook. Those are the 2 main places that I do go for tips, that I do pick up my videos from. Thank you for the call. Let's go to Gage in Florida. Gage, you're on the line.
Hey, how you doing again?
Good, man.
I just, a couple weeks ago, I tried to talk to Alex because I got a disturbing thing in the paper. In our local paper, we have a health section in there, and it has maybe about 20 pages about what you should do about your health. Look, in the middle of the page, they had a thing there saying about telekinesis and the toys that our kids are going to have in fall. In the fall of this year, rather.
Okay.
And I started reading it, and they're saying how they're going to be looking at computers and using their brain to move different things.
Yeah, and something we cover on this show all the time. In fact, I think it was it Honda